Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at Cubasis 3. We're going to pay attention to the internal instruments and effects. So if you buy Cubasis, or you're considering buying Cubasis, or already have Cubasis, it's one of the most complete DAWs that we have on iOS, in the fact that it has tons of its own instruments built in, which we should be looking at, and loads of its own effects. It has IAPs as well, which we may touch on, but they're internal IAPs. I'm not going to use any external AUV3s, just stuff that you can get just with Cubasis. So maybe you're on a budget and really just need one DAW to do it all, sort of thing. Cubasis will do that because, you know, you can also record your audio into it, etc., stuff like that. I'd just like to say hi to everybody who's here on the chat. Ivan, Joe, my amazingly beautiful wife is here as well. Thomas, Ivan, Spider, Wall, Colin, Paul, PAL, and anybody else is Audible's here. Hello, Audible. Dave Fox as well. So, Spider, hi, Spider. It's really nice to see you knocking around again, Spider. So this sound is called, it's just CP80 slow. And it's the bog standard, you know, nothing's been added. I've added a few effects here. First thing I'm going to do is knock on the channel strip. And that's going to give us some boost. Using the internal channel strip here. So, and then I'm going to switch on the Roomworks reverb. Hi Jade. Hi Dog, hi Sam. And last but not least, I'm going to switch on the chorus. Now, Roomworks is internal as well, so. And this is the super basic internal chorus. Lovely, great sound, super duper, cool beans, top job. Let us add in Studio EQ as well. So I'm going to switch this one on and set it to knock the top end up a little bit so you can hear that, right? It's not too bad, Sam, you're right, but you've got to do a little bit of work. You know, you've got to do a little bit of work on it. I like that sound. Let's move on to something else. So let's have a look at some. We're going to look at loads of stuff. We're going to look at some of the, you know, synths and things like this. We probably won't get a track done, but I'm going to load up a ton of instruments. And maybe what we could do tonight is load up the instruments we might use in another session, maybe tomorrow or the next day or something. So let's load up another MIDI track and open it up here. Let's this time go to Classic Machines, and the Classic Machines are a collection of classic kind of drum machines. It's like a Lin, which is super 80s, which is probably what I'll use. Lin special effects. Lin 2 special effects, and then it's like a Simmons with effects, and then there's different ones of 6, which would be like a 606, I guess, 808, and then you have a 909. I mean, and these are pretty good, you know. They're not like rubbishy. Not sure what the Uber was, but I mean, there's loads of these Classic Machine sort of things. It's quite a nice one. Comp. it's kind of CR78-ish. Now the classic machines are an IAP, but I think like the mini pops ones. But I'm going to go back and stick with the LD1 Classic, which as it stands is, we can go with the pads. We can actually look at the thing as well. We can turn it up a bit there, but it's very dry, but that's okay because we want to be doing some bits and pieces to it. So again, I'm going to stick with the pads and go to our insert effects here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I don't need to turn the channel strip on for this just yet. But I am going to again put the EQ on, and like I always do with all the drums in Cubasis and most drums that I record, my preferred kind of method of EQing drums is this. Now I very rarely roll off anything, and people say I do roll off basses, but usually not kicks. So I'm gonna, you hear that? It's just a tiny bit on the top and a now it is super dry, so a little bit of reverb won't go amiss. So let's add one of the internal, and let's use the internal effects. There is effects pack 1 and effects pack 2, and then there's the wave stuff. They're kind of like your IAPs and things, but the internal effects you get. And Roomworks is very, very good, but the basic reverb here, so I think that was Roomworks, wasn't it? No, so we have Roomworks, which is almost perfect. I'm going to go to the mix and just turn it down a little bit. Go back into the pads and also the edit for the. Now that's actually really, really 80s sounding. Don't really need any pre-delay. And a 1 second, that's even better. So if we bypass it, I really like that actually, so I'm going to keep that as that. So there's our drum kit sorted for what we want. It's going to be very 80s sounding. So let's have a look at some of, let's see, maybe some synth bass we could add as well, I guess. Let's add MIDI instruments, of course. This time we shall go to Microlog. And we have factory presets and arpeggio presets. Microlog is an absolutely brilliant synth. It's a poly synth, so you know we can. This possibly could be an IAP as well, or parts of it are. That's a really nice sound. So you have your voice section here to oscillator polysynth. You have your filter envelope, your amp envelope here. It's dead easy to use. It's dead easy to program. You have your mod section, your LFOs, your mod wheel. Let's do this. So your chorusing here off. So off with the. Go back to our filter. Let's try and look at one of these basses. That's almost perfect, isn't it, really? Now, the cool thing is, if I go to mod effects, we only have a delay and a chorus, but if I put a chorus on this bass, you hear how much wider, if you're listening through headphones, you hear how much wider that bass then gets. But do we really want a chorus on a bass? Not really. We don't want it to take over too much. You could theoretically use this as a lead sound if we just went up a couple of octaves. But there are plenty of really good lead sounds in here. Another thing I like about Cubasis, of course, is the fact that you don't need to be worrying about saving your session. Once you've named your initial session, Cubasis will remember everything for you. So let's leave it at that bumble. I'm going to keep changing colors because I like to keep things colorful, you know, and different. So we'll go do this one like that. So let us add something else. Let's see, what could we add? Maybe some strings. So let's add some MIDI again, and this time we can go with our we've got our Microsonic, which is kind of really, it's based on Halion SE, you know, the Steinberg super instrument. That's still our bass, but it's because I've just added, when you add another track, it'll add the same track again, but we've got like, so let's go. We've got a category browser here, so we don't need to keep scrolling through. We can look at kind of what we've got. We've got organs, we've got synth, we've got guitar. But add some guitar in a moment. But you also have some pads, strings, and bass, brass, woodwinds, choir, chromatic, percussion, drums. You've got an awful lot of stuff in here to mess around with. And like I said, if you need to do a little bit of playing around with it, or it's going to sound a bit cheesy. But if you really make the effort, so once we're in our section, we've got the strings section. You have some envelope control. Polyphony there, pitch bend range, which is 2 semitones, but you can go up a full octave. 2 semitones is usually the norm, and it's better. You have sort of a preview. Or you can just play it on your MIDI keyboard. So attack strings, they're nice. Slow strings. Really nice. Soft strings. Tremolo. These are really good. Actually, tremolo strings as tremolo strings go. And then, of course, pizzicato 1 and violin. Not the best. However, with a bit of messing around and in a mix, it's passable. And then we have a cello. Which is really okay. And then a contrabass, which doesn't sound great. So I'm going to stick with the attack strings, So we've got our attack strings. And what we're going to do is we're going to put some effects on here. So a little bit of... let's add a little bit of air. They're quite passable. But also we need to go back to the instrument and do something with the release. That's better. Okay, super duper. So let us add something beneath our CP80 now. And I wouldn't imagine that because we're using internal stuff, we'll be hardly using any stuff, any CPU. Which is also another good thing as well. So maybe, so we've got some bass, we've got some strings, we've got a bit of a piano, we've got a drum kit. I would lose some lead synth maybe. Let's go with adding a lead synth. And we'll go with Midi again. Go to our micro log for our lead synth. You could use Microsonic if you wanted to. We'll go with factory presets, and there are some ballads. So these are quite nice. If I just it's a really nice sound anyway, to be fair, but we could kind of, oh, you've got, and this is, you've got your arpeggiator as well if you want to use arps, but there's a whole other section for arps which is really nice. So I think yes, a tiny bit of cut off. We can mess with the envelope actually. Hi, Sean. Nice sound, nice sound. So let's add some polyphonic kind of polysynth. Let's see what we've got in the polysynth department. And then we can run a few effects. I'll try and show you some of the effects as well. So we'll add MIDI. I'm guessing it's this one. And we'll go, oh gosh. So maybe a brass, kind of a brass pad. That's a nice patch. So this is called distortion, and if we look in our internal effects now, let's see what we've got. We could kind of, you have a channel strip as well, but that's you've already seen, of course. Let's see, and a master strip. See, with. Gives it a bit of boost. What else we got here? Some spin effects. You got a flanger, which I think I'm going to use. But at a lower rate. Increase the depth and the mix. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I like that. So we've got a few instruments from the internals, and we're only using the internal sounds and effects. Let's record some kind of... I can run this off the MIDI keyboard, so let's see. Let's set a tempo. Let's set a tempo of about 110. So a couple of things. So 4/4's fine, 110. I'm going to engage auto quantize. It's not a default setting, so it's a good idea to turn it on. And at 116 is absolutely fine for our little drum thing. So what I'm going to do is set a loop point as well of 4 bars for this, just to start, and maybe just do that. So make sure our metronome is engaged. I'm going to turn the microphone down a minute. So we've got that. Now I should have had the loop turned on. So that's our kind of Lin. That's very kind of you to say, Danny. Right, so we're going to duplicate this anyway. So put a bit off there so we can just adjust the MIDI. Right, so I'm going to make sure I'm highlighted on my track, and I'm going to hit copy and paste, and it will just paste it, and it will continue to paste. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to this section. At any time you want to highlight, like instead of moving your loop points like this, or like we do in Nano where we grab it and kind of move it along, if you've got a block of MIDI or a block of audio and you want to just set the loop points between them quickly, all you need to do is long hold, and it will set it'll turn it on for you as well, but it'll set the loop point over the area that you are. So we can do this. So, and now we can add some MIDI to this. So we'll turn our metronome on, and I'll just I think I'll just do that, just 8ths. Make sure that we're still quantized. Now, if you really have got sloppy timing, you can set your quantize to 8ths for this, because we're not doing 16ths. Hi, Brad. So I'm just going to record this MIDI over this blob here. It'll give us a counting of 2 bars, because I have it set. And there's our MIDI. We can stop that now. And we can again move to the end, hit copy and paste. And for this third section, we can just do this again, make sure we're over there. we can add a little bit of our snare drum in there. So I will say also as well, if you look at the classic machines, let me just go a bit bigger on this. If you look at the classic machines, you have like so. You have, if you use these here, like you've got a, these will, so you have your repeats here. It'll tell you what your repeats are there. So if it was a closed hat, you can kind of go do ratcheting if you want to, or triplet. You can get a triplet feel on any of these, which is quite nice, you know, if that's what you want. Anyway, I like it. But like I said, I've always liked the classic machines. The classic machines. I loved them when they first come out, but bit of a fan of retro drum machines, you know. So let's see what we can do here. So we've got a, oops, it seemed to have, what's happened here? I know what's happened. So we've got only the what's it here. So if I, this is one of the things that really annoys me about doing this. Let me just make sure I'm gonna copy and paste that over there, and then I'm gonna copy that and paste it there, and I'm going to move this back onto the top there. So is the way this works, and I know there's a way to fix this. I can't remember, I can never remember what it is. So anyway, so we're on the drums. So we'll just stop that, and cool. So I'm not sure, because you should be able to just glue all this stuff together, but I can never get it to select properly. It's no big deal, really. All we need to do is move the one layer of MIDI out the way and copy and paste this, and then basically copy this MIDI data. Don't worry about the fact that it's on bass or anything, don't make any difference. Copy and paste that there, and then we can just drag them both back on, and now we've got our all our stuff in there properly, but apart from our bass now, which is also gone. And this is where it starts to wind me up, because it's right. Let's try this glue, and that's just glued the two together, but that's better. It doesn't always light up. And it hasn't lit up. So I guess I could just delete this like this. And oh, what have you done? So I'm gonna do this, put that there. Oh, it's annoying. I'm going to place this there. I'm going to split everything there. I'm going to erase that. I'm going to select and split that, and I'm going to erase this as well, because everything I need now is in here. So copy and paste, and we should be good to go. and we're not. See how weird this is. See, it's a complete joke, to be fair. And Steinberg should fix this. You know, because it's not a good way to work. It really ain't. So what I'm going to do now is just duplicate all this. Find out what I'm doing here, so I can delete that. Right, I'm going to erase this. Sorry guys, I know this is a bit of a pain. What's missing here now? Right, okay. Do this. Go into our classic machines. But I'm going to go into this one here. And finger drumming I end on this. Right, so let's see if we can just do this with the pads. Cool. Right, okay. I'll just set it off to record. That was a mistake. Right. So now we've managed to get something going after about 300 hours. I mean, yeah, you could drop, probably the most logical thing to do would be to drop a pre-made sequence in, but do you know what I mean? What if you don't want one of the pre-made sequences? That's the problem, isn't it? This is where it becomes a bit of a problem. Anyway, you know, can't have everything. Oh, we can, can't we? So let's just for fun, let's record this this little bass sequence thing. We're running out of time, so. Okay, actually that was went okay. Undo. Swear to God. Okay, because I still had it disarmed, it started to try and record my piano data as well. Anyway, I'm going to do it again because I'm a patient man, but I only have so much patience. Okay, now what we need to do is copy and paste this 4 times. That's saved us tons of time, and if I could glue it all together, but I'm not gonna. So making sure that I'm going back to my piano now. Doesn't see the problem is though, it's still one of the best doors, you know, despite it's my issues with it, you know. Let's see. Happened to me drums. The hell's happened to me drums? Oh, now I've got a hung bass. Oh. Seriously, I'm sending this video to Steinberg. What is that now? This. Is that which one? What is this? Ridiculous. Now you'd think that would work, wouldn't you, Sean? Just copy the third one over again. So you'd think that would work, wouldn't you? No problem, right? So I delete. Let me just copy his. Let me just delete that one. Right, I'm going to erase this one. I'm going to select this one. I'm going to go copy and paste. And you'd think, but no, it don't work. It don't work like that. For some weird reason. You know. Anyway, doesn't matter. Oh, look, we're out of time. But anyway. Right, these things are sent to test us. So do you know what? Honest to God, I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to stop. Right, I think I'm going to replace these drums with some actual. I'm just going to erase them. What I will do, and I don't need that now neither. I think I'll just use one of their patterns in there. Not that. Well, I suppose I could put one in there now. Let's go with media. Let's go with MIDI. Let's go with classic machines. Open this up, and let's find what's this. Let's play. Okay, all right, sounds all right. So I'm going to pick that MIDI up and put it in there, like this, and then on this one, and another one of them there. And that, you see, I suppose that the thing is, I could just go in and then edit if I didn't particularly like it. What's this one sound? Stick that in as well. So I guess okay. I am human. It's not my fault if the software messes up. Let's go in here and go with micro log again, factory presets. Was it Octave? Yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna we're okay for a few minutes. It's better than my pattern anyway, to be fair. Oh, sugar. Right, the bass comes in at the beginning, doesn't it? Dear. So let's see. So I got distracted by levels. Okay. I'm actually gonna. right, is this a split point here? So let's split that there and split that there and select all of this. Stick that up there, put that at the right place, and copy and paste all that. Gonna have to move that back. And actually, I think that third loop there is a bit naff, so I'm gonna just copy and paste that one again, delete this one. I'm going to go to there and copy and paste that one. So you know, I've not got the, because the toms were a bit like kind of muddy. The screen's shaking. Right, anyway. That's that for that there. And again, are we alright? Yeah, we're alright for a minute. And just select all this stuff. And I'll just copy and paste that in the wrong place. That's not a problem, no. Oh, God, come on. What are you doing? Let's fix this. Go. Theoretically, oh look, I'm still wrong. There we go, so it should be okay. Let's make sure. Right. Alright, still ain't right, is it? Oh no, it's fine. Okay. Just a overhang on the Midi. Totally wrong, don't know what I did there. Anyway, look, I'm gonna go because this is just too much. Thanks, Sam. Too much. I'm honestly, I'm not really bothered. You know what I mean? It's, you know, just one of them things, isn't it? However, you get the idea that there are a lot of cool internal things you can do. When an app works, it works great. You know, but when it doesn't, it's just a matter of faffing around in it. Anyway, I pretty much know what I've done there. If I was to go with select and select these, and then I think, actually, no, I select this, and this, and then hold this lot here and move them to there. That would be absolutely fine. So even right, with loads of problems, I've still managed to create lots of music. Well, I don't know why I've got all these acoustic pianos down here. Strange but true. But I've still managed to create all this stuff, and I'm still about to put this solo over here. So here we go. Oh my God. Oh my. Look, I'm right, and I'm on the right one now. Right, okay, cool beans. Guys, thanks so much for joining me this evening. It wasn't that bad. It's nice to see the fuck-ups. Do you know what I mean? Here we go. Listen, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Bless you all for joining me this evening, where I made a complete hash of recording stuff into Cubasis. Brilliant. I ain't taking the video down. I'm going to leave it up for the whole world to enjoy once or twice more. I will see you all, hopefully tomorrow, unless I just give up and have a day off. I'll see you tomorrow. Guys, I'll play you out with this, which actually does sound all right now. Now I've fixed loads of bits and pieces. But yeah, see you tomorrow. Ta-da.